Hello again, and welcome to another beer review. Over the last few weeks we've been dealing with great old mass-produced British lagers, or international lagers, but the mass-produced kind of cheap bargain rubbish is the best word for them. And well, we thought we'd have a little break from lagers because we've been doing lagers for quite a good few weeks, and we've covered Foster's, Budweiser, Carling, and of course Stella Artois. So what we start looking at is the kind of similar type of thing we have, or the popular thing we have for ales in the UK. So what are the offerings for the kind of more mass-produced or popular, kind of always on sale kind of beers of the ale kind? So what we've got today is, it's a kind of a local beer, but also a very popular mass-produced ale, and it's an amber ale, and it's Doombar. Now, Doombar is a local brew from over in Cornwall. I'm sure it's Cornwall, isn't it? I think it is. I'll just tell you, just to make sure. Yeah. Yes, it is, yes. I thought that. But anyway, so this is an amber ale. It's very popular. You'll see them quite a lot in bars, and a lot of kind of hotel chains. Their bars are using them as well, and that type of stuff. And it's quite a popular one. It's 4.3%. It usually comes in a 4-pack. It's quite nicely packaged and presented and things like that. So already it's a bit of a step up compared to the likes of the lagers. The lagers do tend to be, well, here it is, that type of thing. A lot of times it's just a bit of plastic holding the 4 cans together, and that's it, whereas this comes in a nice box and everything else. But it's made by Sharps Brewery down in Cornwall, which is the Rock Brewery, and let's see what it's like. Oh, there we go. So here's the glass, see how it pours. So yeah, you can see how it looks. It's a kind of tan coloured head. It's well carbonated, but I don't think it's that gassy, but it is well carbonated, and as you can see it's looking really nice. And it's clear. This isn't overly chilled, because it really shouldn't be overly chilled, unlike lager. But yes, as you can see, nice kind of dark amber. It's not a light amber colour, it's definitely a dark amber. The head, so you can see it's going down a bit, but we'll see what it's like. We're getting some nice smells, something we didn't get with the lagers. People think, well, you're supposed to get, for lighter lagers, you're supposed to get a kind of white bread kind of smells and things like this, but most of you weren't getting anything at all. But this is a bit of character. Let's see what we're getting. I'm getting caramels, I'm getting sweet malt. You can see the head's gone down a bit. It's not hanging on. There's still plenty of lacing going about, but as you can see, the head has gone down very quickly, and I haven't actually really put anything towards the glass really, so. But yes. Yeah, I'm getting kind of sweet caramel, sweet malts. That's what I'm getting just now. There's no floral to it. There's a bit of hop. A bit more kind of a regal kind of hop smell. So, let's dive in and see what it's like. There is a bitterness to it. A light bitterness, but still a bitterness, which is good because it's coming from the kind of more kind of regal style hops. It'll be probably Maris malts probably. But yes, there is a kind of a slight sweetness, not a strong sweetness, but just a nice kind of calm, kind of a hint of sweetness. You get any kind of slightly burnt caramel at the back, which is giving that kind of nice bitterness finish. But yeah. Yeah, quite good. Kind of bit of bitter finish to it. A lot more exciting than any of the lagers were. A lot more flavour, a lot more character as well, and an actual aftertaste that lingers. You don't have to keep feeding the flavour time and time again because it dissipates so quickly. That's one of the problems we're getting with the lagers. There was no crispness, no dryness, no real aftertaste whatsoever. So there was just no. The problem is I could understand if it was a lighter beer, you know, a light beer or light lager, but none of them were a Helles lager. But none of them were. They were all just standard lagers, so you expect to have some sort of aftertaste, but they didn't. And that's why you might be better off with the ales if you're going to kind of spend the similar types of money. This has got a lot more flavour to it. But it is quite light, it's not a heavy beer. And there is a bitterness there, but it's not a strong bitterness. It's not like a Yorkshire bitter or something like that. And it's not got the hoppy bitterness of, like, say, IPAs and that. So yes, it's always a lot easier to drink. As you can see, there's a bit of lacing, but the head has gone down a bit, as you can see. But yeah, there is a nice beery smell of it, nice maltiness. And yeah, very nice to drink. The price is about kind of comparable to the likes of, if you're buying like a 4-pack of Stella Artois in the UK, this is basically kind of roughly the same type of price. And I'll be totally honest, I would rather drink this on a hot summer's day, or at a barbecue. If somebody offered me this, or like say any of the lagers we've been testing, then this would win hands down straight away. And I'm not saying this is the best, there's plenty of other ones we've still to try, but straight off the bat, this is better than anything we've tried in the lager section, for me personally. And I do like lagers. I spend a lot of time drinking lagers. But I just feel it's the case as though that what's on offer, yes, you can go your way and try and find something better, of course, but if you're just going straight into a supermarket and just going to the kind of beer aisle, all the kind of main stuff that's pushed into your face is these type of beers. So they're the easiest ones to get hold of. They're the ones that seem to be everywhere, but they're not very good. And that's where the problem is. Whereas straight away, this is so much better. I'm not saying it's brilliant, but it's a good start, a far better start than what we had with the lagers. So hopefully it will continue that way. But yeah, it's a light amber ale. Kind of nice gentle sweetness to start with, and then coming to a nice kind of bitterness at the end. Not so much of a flavour over the kind of mid-tongue, as I call it. So you've got the start, you've got the finish. It's kind of mild in the middle, so there isn't anything really strong or overly interesting flavour-wise. In the middle, you're just getting that kind of transition, going from a slight sweetness to a kind of more of a bitterness. So all you're just getting is that kind of transition. But yeah, it's a good beer. Out of 5, what would I give it? I would give it a good 2.5, 2.7, something like that. Again, it depends what mood you're in. I'd say a 2.5. I mean, it's got not a bad mouth feel to it with the carbonation there, but as you can see, there's no real kind of head to it. There's not real, you know. So it's got a bit dead, a bit mill pond, as I call it. I mean, you get something back a bit, but as you can see, there's no lacing on the glass. And I do like a bit of lacing on the glass, and you expect to get that. You want to have that kind of feel of draft as much as possible. Okay, it's coming from a can or a bottle, you're not going to get the same, but you want to have the beer awake and alive when you've cracked it open and poured it, but this died very, very quickly. In fact, it behaved the same way as a lot of the lagers did. The minute you poured them and you put them down, in less than a minute, everything's gone basically. You know, it's just that, and there's no real lacing to the glass. But flavour-wise, it's unoffensive. 2.5, would I say? No, I'm going to change it to 2.3 because it's quite of a dead pint. It's a nice enough flavour, but it is a bit dead. So it is. So yes, I will give it 2.3 out of 5. A lot better than the lagers. Far better value than the lagers because you're getting a lot more flavour for your money. Unfortunately, you're still getting some of the characteristics that you're getting with the lagers, that the drink goes basically completely dead. And I could maybe understand if it had been sitting there for like 20 minutes like that and nobody had touched it. But I've been drinking this for about 5-6 minutes. It's completely dead. And that's disappointing. That's not good enough. So, yes, best I can give it is probably 2.3. Just because of that, that's kind of dragged it down from a kind of a good average 2.5. Flavour, unoffensive, a lot better than the lagers. So yeah, this is a lot better, but we should be able to find a lot better as well. So, thanks for watching. That's all for now. Cheers.